Victor, the creator and mastermind of Trinity Brand. How's everything with you, my brother?
Everything's going good. Everything's going real well.
You looking fly, my brother. I see you got the hat on, you got the gear, looking clean.
I'm trying to get like you, bro.
Nah, I gotta be like you.
Sharp, bro. I like the tie.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, too.
Yeah. This is actually a very powerful moment because two young black brothers, Newark, New Jersey. What else can you ask for? But let's pretty much get it started. So pretty much living in Newark, Brick City, how much of an impact that it had on you as a young black man growing up in America?
Oh, man. Get right into it, huh?
Yeah, man. You gotta go ham.
Yeah, living in Newark, growing up in Newark, actually, I want to say, because I spent a lot of my high school years in Newark. I came to Newark when I was about, I want to say about 14 or 15 years old. That's when I moved to Newark. So at that time, I was already growing up.
Yeah.
But then growing up in the culture of Newark, I mean, like, Newark has had so much influence and so much impact on my life. Like, I grew up, you know, like a street kid. You know, I wanted to be tough, you know, me and my friends. I played on a basketball team, so that helped because that was the mindset, play ball, get a scholarship, get out. But on the other hand, you know, I have friends where we were running the streets. You know, I have friends where we were robbing people, where we were, you know, doing all kind of dumb things, like, you know, just getting in trouble. I remember my freshman year of college, my freshman year of high school, I got arrested for, like, petty theft. And, you know, to see that person, think back and look back at that person and look at who I am now is just kind of like a whole 360. And, yeah, the impact that living in Newark has had on me on a positive end is it's taught me resilience. You know, it's taught me determination, and by all means necessary, because, you know, in a tough environment, growing up in a tough environment like this, you can't give up when the odds are stacked against you, because that's pretty much every day. The odds are always going to be stacked against you. So I'm just knowing that just because these are the odds that are handed to you, the opportunities and the chances that are given to you, doesn't mean that's how you have to live your life, or that has to determine your life. So yeah, that's been the impact Newark has had on me.
Dude, that is awesome. You don't realize how powerful that was. Even though it just takes one person to hear that message to change an entire generation.
Yeah, that's real.
That's awesome. Let's talk about your brand, Trinity Brand. How's that going, man? How's everything with that?
Trinity Brand is amazing. I love Trinity Brand. It's actually it's funny because our last concept video that we actually shot it on the opposite side of the camera. Like, if the camera was to do a 360, we shot right here. We had a scene that just kind of rolled past this, and it just meant a lot, you know, because you don't get to see this aspect of Newark, or you don't get to see this development.
Yeah, true.
And to know that this is the same city where, if you go 5-10 minutes up the street, you're running into the number blocks where anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, where it's crazy, and now you come down here, you have like a blossoming, like, you know, just artistic, creative culture brewing in a way. Like, there's beauty in Newark. Trinity Brand, you know, our goal at Trinity Brand is to create purposeful clothing, you know, purposeful experiences and solutions that last beyond the clothing. You know, so a lot of people embody Trinity Brand and they see the garments, but what we aim to do is more than the garments. You know, we're trying to bridge the gap between God and man, and create purposeful experiences and solutions that last beyond the clothing. So Trinity Brand is amazing. We're growing. I kind of had to, you know, and this is the part that people don't tell you, you know, when people talk about their success stories, or, you know, themselves, or when you look on social media, you see highlights. You know, you don't really see lowlights. You don't see the struggles and the things that people are going through. So we had to take a week off, or a few weeks actually, to kind of like get things figured out. Because right now, thinking about the next collection and thinking about how that next collection is going to benefit, you know, generations beyond us is kind of like where we're at, and trying to raise the funds. Because everything we do, a third of the proceeds is always put back into the community in a number of different ways. So thinking about how that's going to happen, thinking about how we can glorify God in everything that we do, and just, you know, making it purposeful, because we make dope stuff, you know, we make dope clothing, but, you know, like, it's not for the shallow-minded. It has to be deeper, because, you know, there's a lot of purpose in what you're doing. You know, you're empowering our generation beyond measure. You know, and you could just be like, I want to make dope videos, but you're like, no, I want it to, you know, it has to have more to it. You know, it has to, like you just said, it has to change the life of somebody. So yeah, that's our vision.
That is awesome. It's so crazy how, like, we look back to our past and where we came from, and then you look forward to now. It's like, damn, I would never see myself doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But you always know there's always a vision. There's always a plan for you. You just gotta execute. You just gotta go for it.
Yeah.
So I know there's some fears that you go through, and it's just you just gotta push through it.
Yeah, that's real.
It's pretty much you gotta pretty much just think of a diamond. The only way a diamond become a diamond is because of pressure.
Yeah.
And without that pressure, the diamond is gonna just stay as dirt.
Sure. Wow.
So pretty much we just gotta go through the pressure and just shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you was talking about having like future plans for the community, and in terms of like wealth or like legacy, what do you see for like in the future for yourself, your brand, and people you're associated with?
I love this. I love that question right there, because that's one of the things that we spent the last summer focusing on. You know, we're building a brand, but more than building a brand, we're trying to figure out how do we give back to our community. And one of the things that I'm learning is so big and is so instrumental is generational wealth. Or generational wellness, as you would put it. When I look at my life and I look back, my father was a very successful and very great individual. You know, his legacy precedes him. You know, he was a UNESCO ambassador for world peace. He was a renowned artist, a renowned painter, a renowned musician. Yet in it all, he had a lot of wealth, but he didn't take care of his wealth to where it could benefit me, or most importantly, where it's substantial enough to benefit his grandkids or my kids. And what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to enrich the culture and enrich the generation to where we stop looking at, you know, everything that we do, we stop doing it from just here, and we start thinking about 2 generations from now. So in terms of community and community development, the things we want to do is we want to take a third of the proceeds and we want to put together workshops, where in these workshops we're going to teach young kids, young males and young females about generational wealth. Because coming from a city from like Newark, now everybody may not have the same story. Their grandparents may have had pensions or whatever the case may be, but for the most part, as a community, you know, generational wealth is not a thing. You know, a lot of people don't have a trust fund put aside by their grandparents, or a bank account that's large enough put aside by their parents or grandparents. So that's one of the things we want to aim to do, to teach the young kids, and as well as parents, the importance of this, and get them to a state where they start considering and start building generational wealth. We're even looking to put maybe, you know, through the workshops, we're going to be asking kids a few questions, and based on their mindset, or based on where they are, we're looking to maybe start putting together accounts, investment accounts, or like just profitable accounts for 2 or 3 kids, where the money will accrue over time, and, you know, build generational wealth, not from a perspective of having money, because if you do it from the perspective of having money, that money will never benefit anybody. But if we do it from the perspective of, you know, planting a seed and growing a tree that'll feed a lot of people, a tree that'll offer shade to so many people, I think that's more beneficial. So that's the goal. You know, the goal is for generational wealth to be a benefit to, you know, 2 generations from now. Because my grandfather, I don't know if my grandfather nourished and enriched my dad's life enough to where my dad thought about leaving me something behind. But that's where, when you talk about, you know, how does that impact me, or what do I want to do for my kids or the people around me, is I want to leave a lasting impact, and I want to leave enough knowledge and enough resources and tools to where the things that they're doing is not about them. So it's like, I'll forego on this car to invest money in real estate, because I know this house, you can't take away this property from me. You can hit this car and trash this car, but, you know, just thinking of those kind of thinkings to where it benefits us as a people. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put it together to where it benefits, you know, 2 or 3 generations from now. So we start taking our mindset out of ourselves and start looking to those that are after us.
I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's just knowledge. We just gotta be able to take the knowledge that we take, the experience going through life, and be able to share it with as much people, and then eventually it would trickle down to generation to generation. And this is how we build our community. And I love the mission that you got going.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm blessed, man. I'm humble.
Seeing that you're a very busy man, any last words you want to give to the peoples?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time to tune into Gordy's channel and Gordy's mission with Revolution of Wealth. Thank you for revolutionary living, revolutionary wealth. Thank you for supporting and even taking the time out to watch Trinity Brand's story and Victor's vision and Victor's story. You know, we play a big role in the lives in each other's lives, and you know, the more we continue to support each other, the more we continue to encourage each other. That's how we're gonna get to, you know, our mission in life. Your individual mission is tied to my mission, so I want to see you win as much as you want to see me win. So thank you so much for believing in us, and I wish you the best. I wish you success. Follow me on social media, Trinity_Brand or
Link below.
_YUCAN_UCAN. Follow them. He's gonna put the link below.
You feel me?
And thank you. So we out.